It's lights out, and away we go on the run down towards Sandoval. It's a decent start from Trixie, who's maintaining the place. Then comes Thomas Varkish maintaining second place, followed through by Sacha Spencer in the McLaren. Through Massenet, Adam Dick in fourth, moving up places, as followed then by Ben. And there is Stefano Samson diving up the inside, making contact with Danny in the Alpine, down into the hairpin. There's chaos going on down there at the hairpin, and wow, a lot of damage down the field just for that moment at the hairpin where there seemed to be a huge checkup. Both cars, they're going to be waiting for a very long time to get their stop. The second Williams comes in, there's another front wing comes out, the other front wing goes off. Front wings everywhere for Williams. Advantageous to the Aston Martin. Sam Sinn's come in. This is going to be an almighty undercut. You don't really want to go for it on the straight after the chicane, because you could end up what happened to Invade, as Bradders is out of the race at the chicane, but there's no safety car. As there they go wheel to wheel, Isham and Samson gets ahead. Spencer comes in, exclamation mark Discord, as there goes Speedy on Adam Lock, and closes up to the back of the Alpine, pulls to the inside, and gets the move done at the Nouvelle chicane. A lot of drivers pissing him now. Adam Dick trying to get an undercut, maybe, on Thomas Varkish. You can see Stefano Samson's undercut, because based on this, when Varkish pits, he will be behind Stefano Samson. Using DRS now as the Haas recharges. He might dive to the inside of turn one. They go wheel to wheel. They leave the space. They run wheel to wheel up the hill. Adam Dick also gets the move, as then Sam Sin as well overtakes Adam Locke. And it's been a bit of a nightmare couple of corners for Adam Locke, who's now got Ben potentially trying the dive here at Mirabeau. Ben up the inside, and that is another place lost by the Haas. Out of the pit lane, he took pole. There goes Adam Dick past. There's Stefano Samson. They're going to be side by side on the pit exit. Samson gets the run. Samson powers past the pole sitter, but Trixie comes back. They ghost, and they're still wheel to wheel through Massenet into Casino, and Trixie fights back past Stefano Samson, and now Ben looks to go around the outside, almost gets pushed to the barriers, and there's more contact down at the Lowe's hairpin as Ben makes his way past a bit of argy-bargy. Stefano Samson almost ends up in the barriers, as now Speedy is right with the leading cars. Thomas Varkish has gone into the pits and is now 4.6 seconds behind Ben as they run up through Beau Rivage, and Spencer's looking for a gap on the inside into Massenet and makes the move. Goes a bit sideways, so he's already got his two stops out, and down the inside making contact goes Adam Dick, as Speedy then gets a 10-second time penalty for going across the corner. So not quite sure that was too much fair, because the race officials came from a long way back, sent one, and that's allowed Trixie through, as there might have been a bit of contact there. As now round the outside, Ben, Sacha Spencer, takes the lead of the Grand Prix, but Trixie's closing in, unable to get the move on, but Wagner quite close on this occasion. He might try and go to the outside. There goes Samson, down the inside, locking up. Danny takes avoiding action, goes over the curb. Samson comes out ahead. Norris then takes the place ahead of Danny. Night Owl has retired from the race. I believe that's at the Nouvelle chicane as well. So that claims a victim, as down the inside goes Samson on Wagner. Simon Wagner in the Ferrari under pressure. Round the outside. It gets tight. It's close. It's another place for the McLaren. Norris might try and slip down the inside. Can't quite find it. But on the exit now of Portier, maybe Norris can have a look. Ferrari power against Ferrari power, but it's the Kick Sauber roaring by to take 9th place, but then gets slightly spun, but manages to hold on. Wagner making a bit of contact, and Danny taking the place ahead of Wagner. It's still the top 4 remaining in position, but Norris here getting the run, goes wheel to wheel with Stefano Samson, gets boxed in by Ratcliffe. Ratcliffe spins, Ratcliffe, and then Norris loses it, and Samson gets the place. Sauber trying the teamwork, but it didn't really work out as Danny looks up the inside, has a bit of a spin. Luckily the barriers are there just to kind of catch him. Adam Locke is out. That's down there in the same place again. After having that bit of a spin, this is now Speedy making a move down at the Nouvelle chicane, able to be confident on the brakes. Spencer still holding on. Varkish has cleared Ben at some point. I can't lie, I don't even know when that happened. As Spencer actually goes into the pits, he blinks first to try and maintain track position. Ben is also in the Mercedes, looking to try and get an undercut. Ben actually pits right into where Danny is, but they do swap around. He's still going to dive one to the inside, is more alongside this time, but again there's a bit of contact. Adam Dick's got a bit of a damaged front wing, don't know when that happened. Rambo has to cut across the chicane, but Spencer here, he's going to have to get by on Speedy, goes down the inside, and he does make the move, which was so crucial, because any holding up could have allowed Red Bull to get the overcut. And Spencer was able to hold on against Trixie, even though Trixie had much better tyres in that second stint. And now in the third stint, we'll see what happens. There's a yellow flag out there. I believe Wagner's had something at the chicane again. The chicane, as Spencer now catches Norris. This could still be a bottleneck, but Norris knows this isn't his race. There's the 2 McLarens. Race on. And they're going to be wheel to wheel and almost making contact in Sainte Devote. There's not team orders there. It doesn't seem like. And Ben is going to go side by side into the chicane. Cuts across. That must be an illegal overtake, you'd have to think, when he jumped across the chicane there, but nothing doing, and he's taken the place. Is looking to get past Stefano Samson. There's contact there between the pair of them, and Samson goes back through on the inside, going back again on the inside line, and makes the move despite a bit of contact there. Trixie with a 3-second time penalty. I'm not sure if he's trying to get this to the end from here or the ideal plan, but it's going to be a puncture risk pretty soon as Adam Dick is out of the race. In the middle of the racetrack, virtual safety car deployed. And VSC now ending. Stefano Samson, that was the perfect opportunity for him to get in and stay inside the points. Edward Isham is out of the race. That's at the chicane again. And it's a virtual safety car. He's going to have to be careful here. And well, it's going to be a DSQ and a DNF for Ferrari. So Ferrari, who had the double podium. Spencer has got a drive-through for exceeding the Delta. And Sasha Spencer has now lost places to Ben and Trixie. But Sasha Spencer's race has totally been destroyed. He's not followed a Delta under the VSC. And now McLaren's win streak looks set to be ending here in Monte Carlo. As there goes Varkish on Sasha Spencer. We'll see him exit. It's actually going to be very close. Speedy there goes by. It's going to be side by side with Van Bergen, is it? Wheel to wheel. Up Beau Rivage, Van Bergen muscles past. Sasha Spencer has got fresher tyres. He's going to have confidence on the brakes. Goes around the outside. Makes contact there. Slightly cuts over the chicane. And goes past the Mercedes. Very close down there to get the drive. And try and overtake Van Bergen here. Wheel to wheel. There you go. You can see the slight wheel lock in the wing mirror. But the place is won on the final lap of the Monaco Grand Prix. Mercedes haven't won for 44 races in RFC Division 1. That run seems to be continuing here in Monte Carlo as Trixie has less time penalties. And here we go with Ben as he's going to cross the line first in the Principality, but Trixie second, and Trixie on the time penalties wins the Monaco Grand Prix. And it is a Red Bull 1-2 finish with Thomas Varkish rounding off the job. Red Bull back to where they were last season. And it is a 1-2 finish. It ends McLaren's win streak to start the season. We finally have a different team winning.